welcome back, everybody, to the 12 Hours of Geekmas. We are going to be starting off our 9-hour playthrough of, I guess, what we have dubbed as an elfed up Christmas.
Fred, if we do so good, can we play the whole 9 hours? Like if we are doing like really good.
100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I would go for that.
Everybody else.
Okay.
But it is you die in the game, you die in real life rules.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yourself, Tim.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Maybe we should bow out after an hour and a half then.
No.
We have a fun mechanic for elves that die, so don't worry, guys.
Oh my god.
My name is Fred Greenleaf. I'm going to be DMing the first 3-hour block. You might know me from the Geek League podcast, Welcome to St. Paxton, as well as other projects like Tales from the Foaming Tankard Season 2 on the Greetings Adventurers Patreon. Let's go, I guess, around the table. We could start off with Jess, if you want to introduce yourself.
Yes. Hello, everyone. I am Jessy, also known as Juicifers on Twitter and Instagram. I am a part of Naruto Revuto, which is a Naruto rewatch podcast. Hell yeah.
And Rob.
Hi, I'm probably not a familiar face on Twitch. I am the composer in residence and sometimes erstwhile editor of Welcome to St. Paxton. You can find me on Twitch at potentially Rob, as well as Twitter.
And Steph.
Hey, I'm Steph. You can find me on the podcast Welcome to St. Paxton. I'm on Twitter at Starlit Firefly, and you can also now find me on twitch.tv/Starlit Firefly, which is very exciting.
Hell yeah.
And you've been like streaming like Portal and other games, right?
Yeah, and I am going to stream tomorrow, not to do like a little plug of my own, but I found this game called Cthulhu Saves Christmas. So
nice.
I'm going to stream that tomorrow at 2:30 Pacific time.
Cool. And then last but not least, Puddin the Elf.
Hello, my name is Pudding. I make lollipops, and what more can I say? No. I am Tim. You might know me from Pope Zone or streaming on twitch.tv/Geekly Inc. every now and again. Gapcast, right? We love that. Remember Cast of Thrones? That was a good time. All those wonderful things. We thank you so much for having me. It's great to be here, Fred. I don't get to see you as much as I personally would like, but it's great to be here. But yeah, now Tim is gone and Puddin's here.
Thank you, Puddin.
Wow.
So today we're going to be playing a rules light TTRPG that was actually created by Jane Ritt. She's a part of the Geek Link community and on Twitter is at Hey Mermaid. So I want to give a huge shout out to her. Kieran, myself, and Jane are going to be DMing 3-hour blocks for 24 Geeklies that are going to be rotating in and out every hour and a half. And we'll be playing the same 4 elves that we have here today. It's a D20 system. You only need a D20 and a D4 just in case you need to grab some dice.
Maybe I should grab those. I'm good.
And, so I guess in the same order, I know that Tim mentioned, did we all mention what elf we're playing?
No.
I think we did,
Oh,
right?
no.
Oh, okay. So I guess in the same order from Jessy to Tim, let's go ahead and just introduce what elf we're going to be playing today.
Yeah, I am going to be playing Coco today, a very sweet character. So it's going to be a little out of my personal realm, but I'm going to try for everyone, okay?
I will be playing Sprinkle, the mechanic on Santa's sleigh. I have a double bachelor degree in engineering and business, a master's in sleigh logistics, and my doctoral thesis was on the ethics of bad kids. Does compound coal gifting lead to diamonds or divergent behavior in disadvantaged socioeconomic classes?
I'm playing Crispy, and I have no clue what that means. I'm playing Crispy the elf. Some people refer to Crispy as the naughty elf. Crispy was a former roadie for the elf pop star sensation Snap Crackle Pop. And I may have suggested that they do the song Dirty Pop, and Pop the elf was like, super offended by that. So they kicked me out, sent me to the North Pole, and Santa put me in charge of the naughty list in his
So,
infinite wisdom.
are you implying that the North Pole is sort of like where political prisoners are sent to, much like Serbia or something like that? Because I'm into this lore.
Yeah, at least in Crispy's mind.
Okay.
Maybe not in reality. Crispy's version of reality is not necessarily the same as everyone else's.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as we said before, I'm playing Puddin. Puddin, he works in the candy shop, and due to the fact that he handles many hot treats and get out of there, things like that, like little candy goos. He's very hardy. He's a very hardy elf. But
Constantly
he's
keeping
loyal.
the cats out of the candy shop.
Mhm.
Constantly.
Oh, it's an important job.
Yeah.
So I was feeling some nervousness earlier, so Steph Kingston advised that I take a shot. So in my Navaler shot class, if
Nice.
those of you in the chat
Yeah.
are drinking as well today, cheers to everybody.
I got
Cheers.
my apple cider right here. Mm.
Jesus, I'm so boring. I got my hydro flask full of water.
Gotta hydrate.
What dice are we using again?
D20 and D4.
Those are my two favorites.
So skills and attacks are going to be D20, and then damage will be D4.
Cool.
So we find ourselves on a snowy plateau. Wind and snow whip around us ferociously. On top of a horned beast, large, is a extremely muscled man. Chest is bare, wearing red pants that are fur lined, carrying an extremely large candy cane that looks like a staff. He has wild white hair whipping in the wind, and among him are hundreds of elves, fierce elves carrying implements of power like rock candy maces and sugar stick staffs.
Mm.
Across the snowy plateau on the other side is an extremely large horned beast standing on cleft hooves. Fur covers his body, and alongside him are hundreds of imps snarling and cackling, flying and crawling on the ground. We find ourselves at the Battle of Christmas. Santa addresses his elves and says, "Elves, we find ourselves here today, protecting everything that is nice and good. Follow me onto the field of battle as we take out Krampus." A huge roar emits from the elves. Santa and the elves rush onto the plateau as Krampus and his imps collide into each other, and a ferocious battle ensues. Santa closes a large book sitting on his lap as he addresses all of the elves, all kind of lying on the ground with their fists up against their chin, their legs hooked up behind them, as Santa regales them with the story of the first Christmas where we defeated Krampus and the evil elves.
Mm.
And that's going to be it for today, elves. One cookie before bed, and all of you get to sleep. Tomorrow we have a long day of candy merriment and Christmas gift making. The elves start to disperse, used to this tradition where Santa regales them with the stories of Christmas past. So all of you, Crispy, Puddin', Coco, and Sprinkle, follow the rest of the elves. You go to your bunk beds. There's like 20 of you to a room, and you're all kind of chittering and chattering about what's exciting for the next day. And all of you go to bed.
Can I take
an
two?
extra cookie?
Yeah, I also want to take an extra cookie.
Okay, you will have to roll naughty to do so. So let's see how well you
Okay.
do.
The roll
I'm real
D20
good
and
at
add our
naughty.
naughty.
Out the
I'm
gate.
not.
Yep.
I'm hardy, so I was like, even though I'm not very naughty, I need the energy. So I got a 4.
Absolutely.
I got a 4.
I
So
got
you
a
rolled a 3 plus
15.
1.
Yeah.
Okay, so Crispy, stealthy as always, takes an extra cookie with no problem whatsoever, but put in as you went to go snag that extra cookie.
I think I need a second cookie to pour me.
Your large belly collides with the cookie table, disrupting the pyramids of cookies as it clatters to the ground, and Santa says, Puddin', I said one cookie, now get to bed.
Naughty.
Yeah, puddin'.
I'm sorry, boss. Okay, I just
Pudding, you can have my cookie. I have allergies.
Are you? Thank you so much, Sprinkle. I want to say, is that...
Pudding. We went through grade school together. You know my name.
Stop.
Okay, I'll take it. Nom, 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 nom. But you have to feed it to me with your hand.
Okay, here you go, buddy.
Thank you, Sprinkle.
Pudding. I was your best man.
I'm sorry. It must be the pre-Christmas jitters. And thinking about elf and imp blood.
Yeah. Yeah, Puddin', I really loved how you like knocked over that table. That was
Thank you.
so funny.
I meant to do that.
Right? Good
And,
one.
my belly does shake like a spoonful of jelly.
A spoonful.
So all of you get to bed immediately, awaiting the same day that you have every day. An amazing time of creating gifts and making candy and getting ready for Christmas, which is just several days away. A large explosion and loud cacophonous noise erupts and wakes the four of you from your slumber. You look around in your dark bunk room and you can see that other elves are starting to stir.
Do we share a 4-tiered bunk bed?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect. Yes.
Can you guys currently rank yourself and tell
I'm on
me
top.
who's on the top?
I'm on
bunk?
top.
Okay.
No, I'm on top.
Okay, fine.
Damn it.
I feel like Puddin would have trouble getting to some of the top bunks.
You mother. I am
agree.
the strongest. I'm the strongest elf in all of them.
Crispy is on the bottom bunk because I know that it makes it easier to like get up in the morning, and everyone thinks it's better on the top, and Crispy knows better.
Are we still talking
A
about
practical
the
queen, yes.
Yeah.
10 minutes later. No, I'm on the top bunk.
Sprinkle sleeps under the bed because gravity is really scary and the rails are not big enough for me.
That's good. I like that.
Nice.
And Puddin's like on the second bunk and it sags so low it just like covers
Yeah.
the bottom bunk, so then
Yeah.
Sprinkle has to sleep underneath the bottom bunk.
And I sleep on my belly with my butt in the air, and it hits the top bunk. So it's a horror show. It's non-Euclidean, I think is the term. Sorry, Fred, you're saying about an explosion?
All of the elves start going to the windows of the room and they look outside into the snowy exterior of Christmas Town. At first, as you look, it's dark. It's probably about 2 or 3 in the morning, so it's not quite morning yet. And you don't really see much, but you do see a lot of elves running around kind of listlessly. What would you like to do?
Was there like a direction the noise came from?
Unfortunately, you can't really find out where the noise is coming from other than outside of the bunk room.
Okay. Hey guys, I think we should go outside and see what the noise was about.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Coco, you should check it out first.
Oh, okay. Practical queen till the end. I see how it is. Okay, yeah, let's go.
As you exit out of the bunk room into Christmas Town, you come across what looks like the town square. There's an extremely large decorated Christmas tree planted in the middle, and then numerous buildings made what look like out of, gingerbread and candy litter all around this little square. Off to the side, you see what looks like a large, dark cloud of smoke coming out of the section where Santa's home is. At that point, you start to hear a loud chainsaw noise and a cracking. As you look up, the Christmas tree in the center of the town square is hurtling towards the four of you. What skill will you use to avoid the tree from smashing you?
Oh.
I'm just gonna try to like brace against it.
Okay, so you're going to use Hardy.
Yes.
Okay, roll your d20 and add your Hardy.
I got a 13. I rolled a 10 and add my 3 Hardy.
So as the Christmas tree hurtles towards you, you're able to kind of brace the impact of the tree without it damaging you, and it kind of will roll off your side. But for the other 3 elves, how are you going to avoid this skill challenge?
I am hiding behind Puddin because
Go
I
ahead
am
and roll
smaller
naughty.
than Puddin. What am I rolling? Oh, naughty.
Rolling naughty. D20 plus your naughty.
11.
All right. Yeah. So you successfully hide behind the Hardy pudding as he blocks the tree from striking you.
Hell yeah.
I want to use Hardy to dodge to
Okay.
get out of the way.
Absolutely. Kind of like do a roll off to the side so that
Yeah.
you dodge the tree. Go ahead and roll
Mhm.
Hardy.
Okay. Great. I got a 4.
Oh.
Plus my Hardy, that's a 6.
Well, Jessy,
So
it was great to have you
unfortunately-
here.
So unfortunately, Coco rolls towards the tree and does not roll away from the tree and actually gets pinned underneath it.
No.
You're going to take 3 points of damage from the falling tree as it drops
Great.
on top of you. So a quick addendum, just so everybody knows what hit points they have. Sprinkle, you have 10. Crispy has 11. Coco has 12. And Puddin has 13.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay. And then last but not least, Sprinkle, what do you do?
Sprinkle is going to crawl up into the fetal position and be the smallest target possible.
What skill are
Bright.
you using?
Bright.
Hey, absolutely. Roll bright.
That's a 19.
Oh, so you are able to actually reduce your form into such a small, compact space that as Puddin races the tree onto his shoulder and kind of rolls it off, you're able to stay underneath the tree and it does not strike you. You are saved. So as the 4 of you recover from the Christmas tree of Christmas Town dropping onto the ground, you can see that there are elves all over the place, your fellow companions that you work with every single day, but something is amiss. Each of them have a weird look, a wild eye look to them. And their hair is disheveled and they're kind of foaming at the mouth and walking around, speaking to themselves in crazy tones.
Uh-oh, they got inside Santa's secret box again.
An elf you recognize by the name of Fudge comes over and is just looking at you wild-eyed and goes, "Are you guys coming along with us? We're going to get crazy and take this place down."
All right, hell yeah, brother, let's go.
Oh.
I do appreciate seizing the means of production, but what's your plan here, Fudge?
Plan? There's no plan. We're just creating chaos.
Ooh.
Oh my
And
god,
he
I
just
love
starts like
chaos.
jumping onto the felled tree and is just throwing ornaments all over the place. One of them strikes you, Puddin.
Oh! My ding dang head! I'm gonna spray taffy in your face if you don't keep it up, or if you do keep this up. I'm getting angry.
He cackles at you and runs off.
Is he trying to get higher on the naughty list than me? Because that's just rude. Which would put him higher because he's being rude. Oh my god.
That's true. That's a double.
Unbelievable.
So, are they like destroying our toy factory? Do we need to save? I need to check on the vats.
Yeah. I'm not
That's
sure
a
what's
what?
happening.
Candy!
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
So as you go towards the candy,
Our elf warren where we lay our eggs and bats are being attacked.
wait, is that how elves are born through Laffy
Mhm.
Taffy?
What a god here. Yeah.
Word.
Or Laffy Taffy Vats. It's like the Urukai, but instead of like gross mud and racism,
yeah.
it's Laffy Taffy.
You just like to stretch
Got
the
it.
Laffy Taffy off of you.
Mhm.
And
It's the same,
Mhm.
like, like the thing
Oh,
that
yeah,
stretches
yeah.
it,
yeah.
So as you go towards the candy factory, easily the largest building in Christmastown, you open the doorway put in, and you find chaos. There are pools of Laffy Taffy pouring out of vats. Elves
Is this
are
like
jumping
Umbrio? Umbrio Taffy? Like separated elves in them? I'm sorry.
Oh, that is a horrific.
Yeah.
Let's simply not
What have we
put those two
done?
pieces of information together. Let's not A to B to C that, please. Let's just move on.
There's candy cane shards shooting all over the place, exploding out of the machines that make them. And off in the distance of the factory, you see a very comforting figure. It is Mrs. Claus in her usual red and fur-lined robe clothing. But in her hand, you see an extremely large, what looks like a metallic cannon. And she is just shooting large walls of bubblegum at elves, pinning them to the walls. And they just keep gibbering wildly and screaming at Mrs. Claus. And she's like, Sprinkle, Cocoa, Puddin', and Crispy.
Forget my name.
Are you
Oh my
guys
God.
good?
Well,
Are you
Are
good
you-
to speak?
Somebody else
Please.
answer quick.
Are you good? I feel like this situation is actually bad and not good currently. Was there a leak in the secret cookie recipe or something? Like,
Cocoa,
Good is always
together.
relative for me.
Yes, of course I'm good. And of course this is bad. I don't know what's happening, but somebody is attacking Christmastown, and we need to get to Santa Claus and make sure he's okay.
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 So she wrangles the four of you, and the five of you head over to the large, dark cloud of Santa Claus's home complex. As you enter, you continue to see crazy, wild-eyed elves just creating havoc and destroying decorations. After
Can
a
I
little
pick
bit
up
of,
like a small sled? You know, like the tiny ones that are like circular. Can I pick
Okay.
up one of those and use it like as a shield to protect my three besties from thrown pine cones and
Absolutely.
things of that
Hell
nature?
yeah.
go ahead and roll Hardy.
Okay. Get behind me, guys. It's bad out here. I got a 10. 9. Wait, sorry. I got a 12. 9 plus 3.
Excellent. So you pick up the close by sled. You wield it like a large shield in front of you, and you take the lead of this group, and you charge down Christmas Avenue. Wild elves collide up against your shield and get thrown off as your hardiness keeps them from
Bashing
overwhelming
them in
you.
the head.
You
Get back.
make
Get
it-
back.
You notice that when you get to Santa's home, his front door is open. This is a site where all of you read the story of the first Christmas earlier, and you know the home very well. Although the door is never locked, of course, the door is closed due to the snowy conditions. So you find it odd that the door is open. You also notice that the dark clouds of smoke coming from the back of this complex is coming from where you think Santa's room is. As you enter into the house, it is incredibly dark. You see that things are in a disarray. We have, armchairs knocked over. The fireplace is strewn across the room, creating small little smoldering fires. And you make your way to the back room, and you see something whitish and blue glinting from what little light is being provided from the smoldering fires of the front room. As you enter, you see Santa encased in a large block of ice. He is frozen in a almost pleading motion with his hands up in a defensive place, and he is encased in a large block of ice. Mrs. Claus goes, "Oh my God, Santa, who would have done this? Who wants to destroy Christmas?"
Feels
Some-
Krampusy to me.
Yeah, somebody
Yeah.
very naughty, like more naughty than me, because I'm pretty naughty and I respect Santa. Like that's just one line I don't cross.
But Could it be Krampus? Santa banished him hundreds of years ago during the eve of the first Christmas. To your side, you see that there is a large smoldering hole in the side of the building, and snow and wind is whipping into this room. You can see that something had either came in or left out of this extremely large hole. Mrs. Claus
Sprinkle,
addressed.
you're the smartest elf I've ever met. What do you think?
I think we should check out this hole because often when people like burst through a hole, they leave the shape of what they are, and so we
Oh,
can match
wow,
it like
very
a
smart.
block. We can work out
Kool-Aid
what it
Man
is.
style.
Kool-Aid
Yeah.
Man, yeah.
Oh, do you think it's the Kool-Aid Man? Would he want to stop Christmas?
I doubt it.
I
He was
thought he was-
also he was the other best man at my wedding. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I
Maybe
thought-
he wanted to be the top mascot. You know,
That's
Santa's in the
true.
way.
True.
But I
He
always
is
thought he was-
unfortunately on the nice list, though.
Yeah,
Mm.
I thought he was pro-Christmas. He was like, Christmas time, oh yeah!
He is oftentimes like
accurate.
that. Yeah, you're
Maybe
right.
we'll
Yeah.
strike him off the list.
Yeah,
Okay.
Anyway, I'd like to investigate this whole DM.
Okay, so for investigate, go ahead and roll bright.
That is a 5 plus 3 and 8.
So you can't tell what made this hole, but the things that you can tell is that pieces of wall and smoldering rubble are blown in and not out, indicating that somebody had used some kind of explosive to get through this wall from the outside in. At that point, probably accosted Santa, encased him in this ice, and then left. But other than that, you can't glean any more information. Mrs. Claus kneels down next to you, Sprinkle, and says, "This is not good. If Santa isn't freed, Christmas won't happen this year. And think of all the children that will have a horrible 2020. Look,
Yeah,
the four of
it's
you,
usually so good so far. We surely don't want to add one bad thing.
that's the whole point. Santa was going to turn this entire year around by having an amazing Christmas and provide gifts for everybody.
Oh.
The four of
Even
you,
the naughty kids?
yes, Crispy, even the naughty kids,
Wow.
they are
Like,
deserving
really?
after the year we've had.
Wow.
Ooh.
Damn.
It's been a naughty 2020, and we need to turn that around.
It really has.
Well,
So-
Mrs. Claus, we'll putting him go first, but we will go and find the person who did this, and you wrap Santa up in like a bunch of blankets and try and thaw him
Yeah.
out, and we'll see what we can do.
Thank you, Sprinkle. Yes, yes, I will do that. Now look, Coco, Crispy, Puddin', Sprinkle. It seems like whatever foul magic is happening and controlling the rest of the elves is not happening to you. What I need is for you to find the 12 items of Christmas to help save Santa. Now, these items are strewn across the world, and it's going to be very difficult to find. But here, take this. And Mrs. Claus hands Sprinkle Santa's journal. She says, within Santa's journal, he has excerpts about the different items that brought him to power all those years ago. And at some point, these items are given to other people or lost to time. And you might be able to find these items from the passages in here.
Oh,
Also,
gosh.
to get around, take the Sleigh 2000. And Sprinkle, you know the Sleigh 2000 as the mechanical sleigh that you helped create and that Santa has never really taken because of his fondness of reindeers. But every year you suggest you take this mechanical sleigh and he's like, oh no, I'm too traditional. Like I'm going to take the reindeers out. But you know that recently there's been something up and Rudolph hasn't been around and maybe he disappeared and you're
Yeah,
like,
he's
this
gone
is
corporate.
my year. Yeah.
He is now on the naughty list. Also, shotgun.
I get the Sleigh 2000. Christmas has come early for Sprinkle, baby. Let's go!
All right, Sprinkle. So Murdoch is going to be waiting for you at the Sleigh 2000. He is going to be your chauffeur, the pilot of the sleigh, and he'll take you wherever you need to go. Now, elves, go and save this elfed up Christmas.
Sprinkle has
Yeah.
already left.
Hey, that's
Sprinkle's
a
like
good
already
title.
through the hole.
Sprinkle, come back! You're gonna get eaten by the elves.
Fuck
I
So
jump
you make
out and use my sleigh and slide. Whee!
You get about like 8 inches and it just stops from the pure weight.
Mm.
And then it's not slant, like it's not slopey enough. So you're gonna have to get up and pick the sleigh up.
Oh, sassafras.
You make your way to the toy factory, and one of the back rooms, Sprinkle, to be kind of like your mechanical workshop. Within this workshop, you find the Sleigh 2000, a gorgeous mechanical sleigh that has rocket propulsion on the back of it. It is gleaming and shiny. It has all manners of buttons and levers and monitors. It even has a GPS, a global positioning sleigh system that helps guide you to where you need to go. From inside pops out a wild-haired and goggled, soot-covered creature, and he looks up to you. And as he lifts the goggles off of his head, you can see that is the only part of his face that isn't covered in soot. And he goes, "Sprinkle, what's going on out there?"
It's chaos. The elves have gone wild. Santa's lost, but balancing things out, I get to ride the sleigh. So not all bad.
Oh, Sprinkle, you could always find a silver lining in anything. You find yourselves in front of Murdoch, the Christmas gnome. He's kind of like your number 2. He helps you with a lot of the technical, mechanical, dirty work of the sleigh. He's like, "Where's Mrs. Claus? Is she not coming?"
She's dealing with the big man. She's gonna kind of warm him up. But we gotta go. We've got a lot of items and like less than 9 hours to get it done.
All right, guys, hop on in. And he puts his goggles back on. He like flips like 20 levers, pulls on, pushes a couple of buttons. It starts to hum and vibrate and starts making this mechanical whirring noise. And you can see it start to hover off of the ground slightly. All right, Sprinkle.
Murdoch,
Yes.
seat warmers, please.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, thank you. It's a bit chilly.
Coco is just like white knuckle holding on to whatever is next to him.
I'm sitting in the back seat, like on the top of the seat, like a cool guy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I am definitely in because I called shotgun, so I leapt towards the front row, and I'm just
So you're
like,
sitting next to Murdoch.
yeah, like
The front
leaning
of the roller
forward.
coaster.
Yeah, just
Where-
ready.
where's
Up
the
in
first-
air.
Hands up. Yeah.
Where's the first item? Where should we go? I hope it's somewhere fun, filled with secrets and mystery.
Oh, I like fun.
Yeah,
Me
Fred,
too.
I'd like to open Santa's book, like just to a random page and see what I find.
As you open the book, the pages start to flip on its own. Little sparkly sprinkles fly out of it, little magic fairy dust, and it drops down to a page. And upon
Oh, that's
this
cool.
page, you see a picture of what looks like maybe a Christmas cake. And the heading of the title says, "One Soggy Bottom."
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Now, the passage says
Why?
that the one soggy bottom provides power to the naughty, as the gift of a Christmas cake is then spoiled by its undercooked base. There are passages that Santa Claus used to spend a lot of time during the year with a Mary Berry located in the United Kingdom.
They call everything put in there, so I think that's a great place for us to start.
Yeah, I do love a soggy bottom, so
What?
Yeah.
don't think too much about it.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like Coco is supposed to take charge in this situation because they are like the gift distributor or whatever, but they're just too panicked in the flying thing, which they normally don't do.
Right.
Where
They're like a back
mind
house.
blank. They're like, yeah, let's go, Soggy Bottom. That sounds as accurate as it can be in this moment.
I work in the office. I'm not in the delivery
Yes.
department. I'm logistics. That's why you're picked. That's okay.
All right, Sprinkle, where are we going?
We're going to the United Kingdom. Is it
All
plural?
right.
I don't know. Let's go.
I think it is. I did love that like someone at 6 p.m. is like, we're going to Scranton, Pennsylvania. Magical realm
So
of Walmart.
with a loud mechanical whir, the sleigh starts to rise up off of the ground to even more, a little jarring at first as the rockets on the back of it start to kick and large flames erupt from it. And then you're off. The sleigh just goes right out of the garage door on the side of the toy factory. And you whip through the extremely snowy exterior of Christmastown, and you're starting to collect a lot of snow on your beards and in your hair. It's incredibly cold. And as you make your way to the United Kingdom, a magical place, you have the sleigh start to make like a really loud cranking and grinding noise. And Murdoch's like, Sprinkle, you might want to take over. I'm going to need to check that out. And Murdoch just kind of like swings off to the bottom of the sleigh. Like he goes out of sight, and you can hear like what sounds like extremely loud banging noises.
Coco's hands in her face. She's distraught. She's upset.
Is
no, it's
everything okay?
Coco. He does that on the normal sleigh during the year too. It always gets missed out of the Christmas stories.
Oh my God. Is this really safety certified? Are we really okay to be in here, up here right now?
Well, Taffy Bones will protect our fall if anything bad happens. I'm sure we'll be fine.
No OSHA in the North Pole, so we're good. Let's go.
There is no laws here. Only
fair.
kingdom.
Which is great.
A greased up Murdoch erupts from the side of the sleigh, jumps down, grease just spraying all over the place. It's like, yeah, we're good to go. All right. And then the sleigh just goes.
Nice.
You find yourself in calmer climates. It's actually a lot warmer, beautiful clouds, the snowy areas behind you, and the sleigh drops you down on a large grassy field. There is an incredibly large structure that looks like maybe a small castle with incredible hedged kind of mazes in front of it. And then there's an extremely large tent in the middle of the field. From what you understand, Sprinkle, you have found yourself at one of Santa's favorite events, the Great British Bake Off.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
As the four of you walk up closer, you see two figures going from station to station of cooking ovens, talking to people furiously, whipping together doughs and sugars covered in flour.
Wow.
You see one is a slightly shorter female who looks like is giving very polite critique, and another much larger gentleman who looks a little bit more crass and rough around the edges.
I like that guy.
Me too.
How can I get how tall are we? Like tiny elves, like 2 feet tall, or what's the story here?
Yeah, I would say you're probably in the realm of a halfling, so like 3 feet tall.
3 feet. Okay, sick.
Sweet.
So you find yourself at your first quest. You must find the one soggy bottom. How are you going to attempt this?
Oh wow. So
I
I assume
have to deliver a soggy bottom to one of the contestants.
No, you're supposed to find the one soggy bottom here and maybe take it or trade for it or kill all of them and take it. Yeah, so you have to figure out how you're going to procure this.
We're thieving.
We're thieving. Okay, so I
We
assume
can
one
do
of the
that. It's okay.
one of the tenets of elfdom is never be seen. So we gotta. Do we have a Men in Black style Brain Racer? Or
Okay, so I do want to make a quick comment. So each of you actually have what is called a gift. and
Oh.
each gift is slightly different. The way you can access this gift is by getting a miracle point. You can obtain miracle points by rolling natural 20s. So until you actually roll a crit 20, none of you have a miracle point. But to
I
go
ain't
down the
ever seeing
line,
that miracle.
Crispy, you have the gift of animating an object to make one roll with a +10 bonus. Puddin, you have a gift of regaining 5 hit points. Coco, you have the gift of make a festive speech to heal all elves by 2 hit points. And Sprinkle, you have the gift of make all elves invisible for 1 minute or until they attack. So those are your gifts.
Ooh, that would be handy.
Now remember, until you roll the miracle of a natural 20, you do not have those points yet. Now, once one person rolls a nat 20, everybody gets 1 miracle point. So it benefits everybody.
Okay.
And you could then collect miracle points to use throughout the adventure. And it will
So
carry on over to other players.
Let's
Okay.
just run around the tent causing mayhem until we roll a nat 20, and then we can do it.
Got it.
Fred, can
I
I?
mean, we gotta
I-
try, and the only
I
way to try
rolled-
is to roll. So,
That's so
right?
true. Fred, I want to roll to pick up a blade of grass, and I'm going to do this.
Great.
1,000. Just kidding. I'm only kidding.
Baby, let's go.
So what's the plan here? Is it a classic get on each other's shoulders and trench coat? Is it sneak
Oh my God,
around? I can.
We
I
could be
want
the
not-
surprise guest holiday judge.
Ooh, I
Yes.
like that. That's
Yes,
great.
I love this. I love.
Ooh, we
I
could
love
break
trench
into the
coat idea.
surprise guests trailer and give them super sweet tea.
and steal their trench coat.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, it's me, Greg Davies.
Maybe we diversify. So we do 2 elf in a trench coat, one very enthusiastic kid, and one. And then we can go different places, like, and roll more dice cumulatively by doing different things at the same time.
Right, I could be a production crew. Like, oh, the light is good.
Okay,
All
sweet.
right,
So
what do you
I'll
guys
go.
choose?
Worked with.
I'll go knock out the guest host with the super sweet tea and steal the trench coat.
Okay.
Okay, so we will start with Crispy. So you find several trailers nearby, which you assume are for the contestants or the guest judges. You do see that there are lights on in a couple of them.
Okay. So I would like to sneak in stealthily, find their cup of tea, which it's the UK, so they have one, and I like take a little bag of sprinkles or sugar or whatever. I'm assuming I'm an elf, I would have that, and just dump it all in their tea.
Okay.
So I will roll.
Roll
go
naughty
ahead.
to be able to sneak and drug the tea.
No, enhance, please.
Enhance, yes.
We are
Enhance.
distributing Christmas miracles. This is Christmas miracle tea.
yes,
Miracle
yes.
tea. That was a 13,
Okay.
which seems
So
lucky.
so you're able to sneak into the trailer. You kind of glaze over the name on the door. So you kind of go in and you sprinkle the elf sprinkle magic into the tea. You hear a loud snoring coming from the back of the trailer, which you assume is where kind of like the bed is of this trailer. How do you want to get this guest to drink this tea? Because I would assume maybe the trench coat is in the back room, hanging in the bedroom, or maybe in a closet.
So the trench coat is in the back room where this guest is sleeping?
You haven't found that yet. Do you want to kind of sneak into
like
the back room?
There's two things we all know about British people: always drinking tea and have a trench coat just over there. That's everything.
Yeah.
They
It is
sleep
known.
in trench coats.
They sleep. Okay, so I need to wake up this guest in order to knock them out to steal their trench coat.
Okay.
Is how I'm thinking. Okay, do they have like an article of clothing lying about that I could use as a disguise, like a scarf or just something?
Sure.
Okay.
Whatever you
So,
like.
so I'm going to snag this scarf, kind of wrap it around, so I don't look like an elf, even though I totally look like an elf still. And
Yeah, we're like
am
scary, like old timey Holland elves with like very, very odd features.
and I'm gonna yeah, just I'm gonna rap on their door with the tea in hand.
Is it is it time for me to judge?
Yes, it is time for your tea, sir. I brought it to you, and I'm not an elf.
She's doing great. She's doing great.
Well, that's interesting. I mean, I guess I'll drink tea, and the door
Oh yes, you
opens
must
up.
drink tea in the morning. It's what we do.
Hit him with the flat tummy tea Instagram.
As the door opens, you see a shorter, kind of scruffy bearded man. He's wearing sunglasses. He has shocking blonde hair with frosted tips that come out in spikes. And on his shirt, which looks like a chef coat, it says Guy Fieri.
No.
Oh no!
Did you get my British accent before?
I did, but we're just taking it back.
Hey, welcome to First Time Visit.
I love it. I love
So,
it.
are you the assistant? Like, or how old are you? Like,
Uh,
14?
Sir, that's very rude to ask a person's age.
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess
I'm
you know,
a
British
very
people are
short,
really short. Yeah.
short assistant.
Okay.
And I
Ah.
brought your tea, which you must drink because we're in the UK.
Okay.
I'll hold
So
out the cup of tea.
so you're either gonna need to roll some kind of skill to convince him to drink this tea. I'm not a big tea guy. I mean, do you have any coffee? Maybe a burger or something? I don't know.
Oh,
maybe a
what a
milkshake?
coincidence. I'm so silly. This is coffee. I'd like to roll a naughty to lie.
For deception. Echo, go ahead.
Yeah.
Roll naughty.
Imagine it's just tea
Oh,
filled with
God.
like peanut brittle.
Oh my god. Just like
that's-
tea with
that's-
sprinkles floating
Yeah.
in it.
I rolled a 2 plus my 3 naughty, so that's
Perfect.
5.
Fred, that's really good.
Good.
Well,
Good.
technically, the easy skill difficulty is a DC of 5. So,
Okay.
as Guy Fieri kind of like rubs his eyes, he's just holding the
Yes.
coffee cup, and he's like, "So, what am I expecting? Am I like judging cakes? Like, I'm sorry, I drank a lot last night. I'm not really sure what I'm doing."
Yeah, I heard it's pudding. I heard everything's pudding around here. So,
Oh.
lots and lots of pudding. Drink
Yeah.
up. It's the coffee's real better hot,
No, I'm pretty tired. I should probably drink this.
Yeah,
He
drink
go
it.
ahead
drink
and
it.
drinks it, and he kind of like makes a weird face as he's looking at the cup and looks at you and goes, "Man, your coffee is horrible here."
We don't know how to brew a proper cup of coffee here.
Good. Great.
What can you do?
So sorry.
You want
He
to cook
starts-
tea? I can do it.
He starts to burp, and you see like sprinkles, like magical fairy sprinkles, burp out of his mouth. He
Yeah.
looks down at what comes out as he burps, and then just his eyes roll back in his head, and he falls backwards, and he is snoring once again.
Hell yeah. I look around. Is there a trench coat?
There is a trench coat
Is it
that could
covered in
possibly fit
flames?
2 or 3 holes.
Thank God
Yes.
this American had a trench coat, though. Am I
That's
right?
true.
Right?
Yeah, he must have been given one when he was.
I know.
It's a specially designed trench coat, and it is covered in flames.
Yes.
Oh, perfect. I'm gonna put the trench coat on, so it's probably
Okay.
just like dragging behind.
It's like
me.
dragging behind you.
Yeah.
It's just like dragging over Guy Fieri's face as you
Yeah.
walk by.
Yep.
The dream.
Okay, who's next?
I think Puddin would like to be the base of the trench coat elf.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll just like, nice job, and just immediately pick you up.
So now
Whose
Crispy is
face?
on top of Puddin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are so then is Coco gonna jump on Crispy's shoulder and be the face, or is Crispy gonna be the
I'll
top?
be the face if that's cool with everyone.
Sure.
Sure.
Okay.
Can I
And
roll
then-
a hardy to see how well I'm doing for holding two of my three best friends in the whole world?
Absolutely.
Oh, well, that's a 22.
Was
Or
that a
21.
19? Okay,
21.
okay.
21.
So you are easily holding Crispy, who's just kind of like sitting on your shoulders, and then Coco is sitting on Crispy's shoulders. You pull the trench coat over, and only Coco's face is showing. As you start to kind of walk, it's kind of easy for you, but the balance is a little awkward. So like the body kind of moves and
Good.
waves in awkward ways that a body doesn't
Yeah.
normally move.
And I
so
am
you
like peeking out the whole time.
Me too. Me
Yeah.
too. Me too. Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you make your way steadily towards the contestants' tents where there currently is a baking challenge going on. Sprinkle, what are you doing?
I'm just going to try and be the person in the crowd hyping up that this is totally normal. So just like throwing my voice going, "Oh boy, oh, look at that totally normal person in that coat."
Okay, what do you... So another mechanic, elves can actually use their turn to give bonuses to other elves. So you can give a +2 to maybe Coco, who probably will need to do some kind of challenge next. So
That's
what
exactly
are
what
you
I'm
going to
doing.
roll? I don't know if Bright would work so much.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
a
think it's
naughty or
probably
nice.
Probably a nice. It's persuasion. I'm kind of going
Yeah,
for here.
let's go with
go.
nice.
What a totally normal person walking through a totally normal British crowd is what he's doing. That's an 11.
Okay, so you are successful, and on Coco's next roll, you will get a +2 to your roll. There are two people in the stands next to you, Sprinkle, and they're whispering to each other like, "That little kid's voice is really low." It's British people. All right, so Coco, Crispy, Puddin', you have made your way to the event. You're wearing a Guy Fieri
Yes,
trench
we are.
coat, and Coco, you're Guy Fieri. So you're going to-
This is my dream. Jessy pretending to be Coco the elf, pretending to be Guy Fieri. That's perfect. That's perfect. I had many wonderful dreams last night. Very strange. And this was one of them.
I love it.
You can see that there are 6 contestants, 6 ovens, and 6 cakes. You are going to have to find the one soggy bottom, which is actually like a special cake out of those 6, while traversing the contestants, the camera people, and the judges. Mary and Paul.
Good job.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, and you probably have to like give us because I assume like I'm the legs, Crispy's the arms. So you like also tell us what to do, right?
The arms are kind of flailing the whole time as
They're
I'm
kind of like a little bit
trying.
lower on the body than normal.
Look over there.
Good.
Trying to be
Good.
normal.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. I would like to look at the 6 and see who is panicking the most and doing like the worst currently.
So there is what looks like a young male contestant. He is covered in flour and maple syrup and all kinds of stuff. He looks like a Christmas cake himself right now. But there is a very interesting glow coming out of his oven.
An interesting glow. Okay. Yeah, let's visit them. Let's go.
That's cool. I like that.
And you hear Mary and Paul addressing the cameras. "Oh, excellent. Guy Fieri has arrived. Our guest surprise judge. He is going to critique one of our contestants right now. Guy, how are you?"
What's up, everyone? Welcome to Flavor Town. Here we are in the big old tent itself. I'm really excited to be judging here today and see what kind of flavors we got going on.
I think you need to roll. I guess it's going to have to be a naughty, right? Like you're basically lying. So
No, it is flavor country.
Do I get the bonus?
You do get a +2 from.
Well, you get a minus one
yeah.
for naughty, so you have a plus one to your roll.
I get a +1. Oh my god! And I rolled a 19, bitch, natural. Yes.
Yay!
Awesome.
So that's a 20. It's not natural 20, but it's a unnatural 20, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, unnatural 20. So you go up to the contestant, and the contestant that we just spoke about is like, oh my God, Guy Fieri, I love you. I love diners, drive-ins, and dashes, or whatever that show's called. Do you want to take a look at my cake and let me know how it looks?
I would love to, my guy. Let's see it.
He opens up the oven, and from the oven erupts a wave of heat and light like no other.
Oh my
What
God.
looks like a pristine cake is in this oven, but something seems amiss, and you know that this cake is the one soggy bottom.
Okay.
What do you do?
I have to take the cake.
That is kind of literally my specialty is grabbing hot things. But I'm waiting for.
I keep him distracted via talking, and you reach.
I'll suck my arms in so that you can put your arms out.
I think I'm just gonna balance you a little bit and use my shoulders and to get your legs, and then through the trench coat bottom hole, just gonna and then grab the cake and put it under the trench coat, and as my skin is whoa.
Well done, Puddin'. That was so good.
Oh.
Okay, so
Can I roll a hardy?
yeah, well, first let's do.
Yeah, there's a lot happening right now.
Yeah.
I would like for you to roll a nice to try to distract the contestant by complimenting them.
I can roll nice. Yes.
And we still have the +2, right? From Sprinkles?
That's gone now.
Oh,
That's gone.
crap.
Can I roll another one to help?
Sprinkles
make
is
it
back here.
more
Okay,
In a moment. Yeah.
Okay.
I rolled an 18, but I get +3 nice. So that's a 21.
So how do you
So
compliment
nice.
the contestant?
Oh, I'm sorry. What was that?
How do you compliment the contestant on their cake?
Okay. Does the contestant have a name?
Yeah, it's Mike.
Mike. Okay. All right, Mike. I'm going to be real with you. The scent emanating from this oven is unworldly. In all of my times at diners, drive-ins, and dives, I have never encountered such a scent in my life. And the way the cake glows in the oven, beautiful, miraculous. Can you give me a quick breakdown on, how you got to this point, what's going on, what's your plan in the future coming up here?
So as Mike is conversing with Coco Fieri, now Puddin', you're going to have to roll a hardy because it's an extremely hot pan that this cake is in.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I probably have little fingerless gloves on, but even then, that's not quite. I'm not wearing oven mitts. That's very much true. But this is Puddin's job. He reaches into the taffy vats and the candy cane chrysalids.
You reach into the taffy.
It's true.
Yeah, we've said the taffy facts. We are not putting any of the other facts together. I got an 8.
Okay.
5 + 3 and 8, but it's a great roll. We all agree. Nice job, me.
Yeah. Good job.
Can I try and give the +2 after the roll?
Sure. How are you going to inspire Puddin'?
Maybe it's just more crowd talk to give him time to kind of readjust it.
Oh, okay. Like if I
maybe to distract the crowd.
Yeah. I'd drop it or something. Whoa.
Or look, Look at Guy Fieri's impeccable frosted tip. I don't know what accent that is. We're going kind of Welsh now. Look at Guy Fieri's impeccably frosted tips, and not at his weird kneecap hands. Those frosted tips are amazing.
When we said UK, we meant it, y'all. The whole UK.
All of it.
Yes.
Well, I guess. I mean, I could see you rolling a bright or a naughty for this because you're like, oh, I need to be smart and help distract while put in is grabbing this.
I think if I'm being honest, it's probably naughty because that accent was not bright of me. But that's okay. It's a 16.
Nice.
Okay. You are definitely successful.
Fun.
Now, I do want to say that the people that are standing around you are starting to get suspicious because you went from like a different accent to this like Welsh accent, and you're playing a little boy. Remember in this band.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say
I look at them. It's
support the elves from this point on. From this vantage point is over.
Yeah. And we're definitely yes-anding. That being said, I do not believe there's an audience for Great British Bake Off, and I do love the idea of one fan. Oh, there is? Okay.
Is there?
there actually is.
I would see later. See. Okay.
I have a friend who
I did
went.
not know that.
Okay, well, I apologize for my ignorance, and now I'm deeply friend.
So, Puddin, you are able to grab the cake, and from the hot searing pain, you kind of make a noise.
Whoa! It's I'm one of 7 different Mario Karts being hit by a shell. That's kind of like the voice I'm going with.
Great.
So with a +2 assist, you're going to be up to a 10. But
Maybe I take some damage or something. Maybe that will help.
Yeah, you do take damage, but you also notice you take 2 points of damage. You also notice though, Paul Hollywood is actually walking up to you, and he's kind of looking at you, Coco, like really closely.
Mhm.
Wait a minute, Guy?
Yeah, that's me. I'm Guy Fieri.
No, you're not. And he grabs your trench coat,
It's so naughty.
rips off the trench coat, revealing 3 elves. He says, I was drinking with Guy last night, so I would know Guy Fieri. And you can see he's putting on brass knuckles.
Oh my god.
Each of the brass knuckles, one says bake and the other says cake. And now we are going into initiative. You have come across the first mini boss, and it is Paul Hollywood with bake, cake, brass knuckles.
Slap these cakes. Okay, so how does this work?
There is no initiative. You get to choose who goes when, but I roll a d4, and that allows me to choose when my boss attacks in between the elves.
Okay.
So I won't tell you what the number is. I'll just let you know when Paul goes. So who would like to go first?
Can I go first? Because I want to do something that Coco absolutely would not want to happen. I want to headbutt Paul Hollywood, but not with my head. I want to use my war mace, which is my 2 friends on top of me. Just to go Coco against
Coco
the Paul.
Done.
Yeah.
Roll hard.
Yeah. That's so naughty. I love it.
How does attacking roll work?
So you can either roll hardy or naughty. That is the only way you attack. Hardy or naughty.
That was cheating on the fact of my headphone cord. Okay, not much better. A 9 to bash.
A 9 total. Okay.
9 total. 6
All
plus
right. So
3.
unfortunately, you miss, and Coco's head just whiffs right past Paul Hollywood. And it is now the next elf's turn.
Oh my god, I don't even know what to do. We don't.
Um,
do we have weapons? Do we have elf weapons?
I mean, you could
naturally
really
long
use,
claws.
yeah, you could really use anything as a weapon, but remember, you can
Fangs.
only roll hardy or naughty to attack, but you can use your other skills to help other elves in their pursuit to do naughty or hardy to attack. So you could use nice or bright to support an elf and give them a bonus to attack. So lots of things you could do.
I bet
Can
Paul Hollywood would be
I-
really good at fighting.
That's why I'm afraid because my character is not a fighter. So can I try and like debuff and like talk down Mr. Paul Hollywood maybe using
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
bright?
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah,
Maybe like
100%.
give him a -2 or something. Yeah.
So I'm gonna roll.
A d20 plus your bright, which is 1. And I'm
All
gonna
right,
say,
so I got an 18.
oh yeah, definitely.
Nice.
So we'll say that he has like a -2 to his armor class for the round until it gets to your turn again. So what do you say to him to kind of like disarm him?
Mr. Paul Hollywood, I am so sorry that we are here disturbing your very good show, but we are coming on behalf of the holidays. And we are trying to spread joy and cheer. And if you beat us up and take us out right now, we're not going to be able to make things better. And maybe we will put a bake-off sticker on the side of our sleigh if you don't
my
attack
God.
us. So
Branding
Laying it on a little
opportunities.
sec.
Also, elves exists.
Exposure is
obviously-
what you offered Paul Hollywood.
Obviously, 3 elves standing on each other's shoulders is disarming already, and then you're kind of pleading with him and the offering of marketing outside of the UK. He's like, "Oh yeah, this might be a great way to branch out." All right, but with that being said, it is now his turn, and he's like,
Oh.
"But Guy Fieri, what did you do to Guy Fieri?" And he's going to punch. So he's just gonna center mass. So unfortunately, Crispy, you're going to
Bring it, dude.
you're going to take 3 points of brass knuckle cake damage. And now it is the next 2 elves. So Sprinkle and Crispy, it is your turn.
Do you want
I
right of
would.
reply, Crispy?
Huh?
Go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead.
oh yeah. I would like to react to that. So so that happens, and then I am going to say before I do anything, like, Paul, first of all, can I call you Paul? I'm gonna call you Paul anyway. A lot of respect for how naughty you are, but dude, you suck. And I am going to reach over, since I am now kind of like counter height, so I'm gonna reach over, and I'd like to grab just like an empty baking sheet and just whap him with
Nice.
it.
Make it happen.
Yeah.
Roll
So roll
plus naughty.
naughty. Ooh, 18.
That definitely hits. So
Oh,
now
yeah.
you're going to roll a die 4 plus naughty.
6.
Oh yeah.
I'm
So
real naughty.
you just take this cookie sheet pan and you just clock him across the face, and you can see his head just kind of like crack to the side, and he just like tree drops onto the ground. As a regular human, he wasn't very hardy. He was just a guy who was just getting into a bar fight with you. You have knocked out Paul Hollywood. Mary Berry comes over and goes, elves, Christmas elves, quick, go on your way. I'll take care of Paul.
Wait,
Don't
Is it
worry.
ally?
Angel.
Yes.
Ah,
I assume something has happened to Santa for you to come here looking for the one soggy bottom.
oh my god. Are you a friend of Santa?
Oh my God.
That's
Well, Santa and I used to date before he met Mrs. Claus, but that's
Oh
a
my
story for
God.
another day. Please go.
that's a
on your
juicy
way.
story I need.
We'll be back for the story for
Tell-
sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Tell
Yeah.
Santa I said hello.
Yeah, send us a
Oh, we
letter about the
will.
juicy deets. Can I grab just a bag of like baking, like non-sweet baking chocolate for the road?
Okay,
Oh,
absolutely.
nice.
And before
I'm
you
gonna-
make your way, go ahead.
Oh, I was just
I'm
gonna say I'm
gonna-
gonna reach into that bag and take some.
Oh!
Like as you're holding it, I'm just gonna munch.
Have you guys ever done that in real life? Gotten like so desperate for a sweet treat, you crunch into the worst chunk of like.
Yeah.
Before I've done that before. Like,
Yeah.
I think there's like a Tim mouth print in one of our blocks of Baker's chocolate. 'Cause bad way.
We've all been there.
We've all been there.
So you make your way back to the Sleigh 2000. It's
on,
go ahead,
on the
Sprinkle.
way, I just want to I'm just gonna take thank you, Mary Berry. I'm just gonna take your camera so that the existence of elves doesn't leak to the world. Thank you.
Yep.
And I take the main camera and run.
Absolutely.
Bill Santa.
Oh, don't worry, I will. And the four of you are off onto the sleigh, up into the air. And Murdoch looks to you, Sprinkle, and goes, "All right, buddy, where's next?"
Let me check the book.
That's a book noise.
As the book stops on a page, you see a mountainous region covered in snow. It looks grand, and upon it says, "Candy cane of the hardy." Underneath, it talks about how Santa and the abominable snowman used to hang out, and long ago he bequeathed the candy cane of power that he used in the battle of the first Christmas to the abominable snowman who lives upon the Himalayan mountains in the northeast regions of India and Nepal. Your next adventure takes you to these mountains.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go. Nepal.
I've never been there. Well, I haven't really been anywhere since the North Pole, but
Oh, you need to get out more. There's like so much to do.
this is very scary for me.
It's okay putting it's probably the closest thing to home, like North Pole, Nepal. You can basically say the same big snowy mountain. You'll be
Oh yeah,
fine.
they do like sound really similar.
And as we know, all things that sound similar are basically the same.
Right. That's definitely totally probably a rule.
So I do want to make one comment. As your elves procure these magical items, they actually give you bonuses. So the one soggy bottom is actually a +1 naughty item. So one of you will need to carry it, and that one elf will actually get a +1 to all naughty rolls going forth, on top of whatever their naughty score is. As you continue to gain all these different items, like the next item being the candy cane of Hardy, that candy cane will then give a +1 to the elf that holds that candy cane of the staff.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Should
So
we
I'm
make
really
it work?
low. I don't feel like I should get it. It should go to the person who's the strongest already, right?
Right.
Mm.
Unless we wanted to make it worse for our good geek friends going forward.
That's true. That's true.
No, I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
That does
kidding.
sound naughty, and Crispy would like that.
Yeah, no, we should give it to Sprinkle. No,
Crispy.
Crispy.
Well, yeah, I have a +3, so I'm already
Yeah.
the naughtiest.
I was like, let me look on the chart to see who I'm mad at. Like, okay, here's Allie. Yes, let's make it harder for Allie specifically. That's good.
Okay, so I have a soggy bottom.
Wait, even in the game, you have the item. Too,
Okay,
yes.
okay.
Should we
Alright.
punch each other until we have 1 HP left, so that the next round of people have a real?
Oh my god!
Oh yeah, does the HP just roll over?
We've still got 15 minutes.
Oh,
sorry, that's
Yeah,
one
we have a
mistake
couple
of
of minutes
Sprinkle.
left.
Okay.
Do we get
just to
tattoos?
just to go over a couple more mechanics. So the D20 nat 20 gives you the miracle point. A natural 1 is an automatic failure, but if you sing a song about your failure, you actually can grow a +1 in the opposite skill. So like if you failed at a naughty and rolled a 1, you could get a +1 to nice if you sing a song about your failure. And then if an elf dies, we also have a rule for that, and there's a fun detriment when you come back, because obviously elves come back immediately through.
They'd spawn at the Taffy Warren.
All right. So you find yourselves on top of the snow-capped mountains of the Himalayas. Snow whip around, incredibly cold, and you find yourself in a foot of snow coming up to almost your waist. As you make your way towards the snowy mountain, what skills will you use to try to find the cave of the abominable snowman?
Can I use Hardy to continue to push my sleigh to kind of like make it easier for my friends behind you? Again, like a sled, the little circle sled you buy at. Or maybe it's even more fun, like what we did in college, which was steal trays from the cafeteria and use those for sleds. That could be fun too.
That could be good.
Whenever
Yeah.
it snowed in college, they would stop putting out the trays. Like, stop stealing and breaking these. Like,
That
no!
is very funny.
Actually have the human-sized cookie sheet pan that Crispy
Yes!
uses.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
I would have
using
just
that.
kept that. That's-
Perfect.
Okay.
Love that.
So roll hardy.
Ooh, so close. I rolled a 2 plus 3, so 5.
Okay.
Well,
Although a low. Oh, go
I
ahead.
almost learned a lesson.
no, I have nothing to say. That's it. Just no.
Well,
So, although, it looks like we have 10 minutes left, guys.
Let's go.
Although a low roll, it is quite an easy task just to make your way through the snowy expanse. You use the sheet pan, kind of creating a nice walkway as you
Mhm.
push forward, allowing easier passage for the elves behind you. Who's next?
Sprinkle is going to try and navigate safe paths using his elf Cub Scout orienteering experience.
Great.
It's not great. That was a 3 plus a 3 is a 6.
Okay. So you harken back to your elf scout days, and you recall that best way to traverse this kind of terrain is to stick close to the base of the mountains to try to cut the wind as much as possible. And often caves are found at bases of mountains as well. So that is probably the best way to find it. All right, Coco and Crispy.
Okay. What if Coco sang a really friendly song to try and draw out the abominable snowman, see where he's coming from?
Oh.
Absolutely. Real nice.
Okay. Oh my god, natural 20.
Hey!
Oh! It's a Christmas
Afraid
goal!
Jessy today.
You're rolling so good. I'm jealous.
Right. So, first off, every elf has one miracle point, meaning that they can use their gift, except for Crispy. Crispy, your gift is extremely powerful, so it does require you 2 miracle points. Okay. Yeah, because it's a plus 10.
Yours rules though. That's I was invisible. Okay.
I don't know. We could just change that rule. Just everybody just 1 miracle point for their gift. That's fine. And then, so Jessy, I need you to sing a song.
Okay, I don't want to sing a song.
A haiku.
Mr. Snowman / monster, abominable, whatever. Please come out. Please show us who you are. We want to share Christmas joy with you. Please come out.
All right.
Nicely
and with
done.
that, you hear a loud growl come out from the base of the mountain, a ferocious noise. And before you is a huge snow-covered being. At first, you didn't see this creature, but as it starts to move, you can see it separate from the rest of its snowy white background. And then from behind his back, you see what looks like a red and white wrapped candy cane. He pulls out this humongous candy cane staff and stands before you and says, "I am the abominable snowman. What brings you to my mountain?"
Oh my god. We'd like to borrow that candy cane because Christmas is literally falling apart and you're a Christmas being like us, so I figured you would maybe want to help. I'm very nice. I'm very, very nice. I'm saying this in the nicest way possible.
Oh, you're with Santa. You're Santa's elves.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
That's us. We're totally all nice.
Yeah, me and Santa used to drink together back in the day. He's a crazy guy, let me tell you. He could put you on the-
he's wild. I love
Tell
him.
us stories. Do you have drunk stories about Santa?
Yeah. Give us the dirt, bro. We met Mary
swear to
Berry, and she's gonna send us a letter because we were around humans and they saw elves for the first time. They're really freaking out. One had a nosebleed, so like, but we're here and you're a Yeti, so yeah, you can tell us.
Yeah, have you ever smelled his hot chocolate, the cocoa he drinks? Yeah, that's just Bailey's. It's not cocoa.
Oh yeah,
Oh, Santa's so naughty.
that's cool.
Oh my
That's
God.
cool. Yeah,
Wait,
Air of
I'm gonna steal
professionalism.
some.
He drinks that while he flies the sleigh.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, Santa. Just get it.
Well, I guess the reindeer do most of the work. He's just kind of,
Yeah.
you know.
Except for stupid Rudolph, but he's just
Yeah,
whatever.
he's corporate. He became an Instagram influencer.
Didn't influence me. That's all I'm saying.
Look, guys, I want to give you this candy cane, but you're just gonna have to prove that you're worthy of this power because Santa just didn't give it to anybody. He gave it to me to protect it, so it didn't fall into the wrong hands. So
Should we arm wrestle?
Oh yeah, pudding's like real powerful.
I'm very strong. I took a cake
Pudding
out
is
of the
powerful.
oven without ovens, and like it's burnt everywhere. Look.
No, just mutilated arms.
Bubbling and stuff.
No, Pudding's like, it's all good. I got the stem cells with the Laffy Taffy in the back
Yeah.
of the truck, though.
I just rubbed some taffy on it. It's fine. I got the bracers of taffy.
it's like, well, you're gonna have to take it from me.
Okay. I just walk up and like grab it and then try to like walk away. Come on.
He candy cane and lifts you with it, and he like looks like
You know my feet are kicking. You know my feet are kicking.
and then he just kind of like flings it and you just jump backwards and you land on your feet and he goes, "Right, show me what you got." But I think we're actually gonna have to call it right there at an
beans.
the abominable snowman as we transition to the second group of our first 3-hour block. I just want to say thank you so much, guys. That was an absolute pleasure. I had
Thank you,
so
Thanks,
much
Fred.
Yeah, thank you, Fred.
Thank
That was so much fun.
you.
I
That's
am
blessed.
very excited to see them try to take over your roles as you played all of your elves.
Yeah.
They have big elf shoes to fill.
Yeah. Crispies have mostly decided continuity doesn't matter because we're crispy and it's chaos.
That's
So
true. That's true.
I
Yeah,
think
you
some
know-
of the others are sharing notes, but we're just like, fuck it. Fuck
I
it. Let's do
personally
what we
think
want.
that all Coco players do have to do a Guy Fieri impression from here on out. I just think that's
Mhm.
fair.
And sing a
Yeah.
song?
It might have to like come up,
Mhm.
the ghost of Guy
Yeah.
Fieri's past.
Yeah.
There it is.
No, being the first group, we had the most important job of to set the scene of who is a pudding, who is a sprinkle, and so forth and so on. And
Yeah.
I think we nailed it. Yeah, I think 110% of what we did made
Yeah.
sense. And true to
Yeah, I
character.
felt crispy in my heart.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So before we log off, you can find me on the Twitterverse at I think I'm Fred. Jessy, where can everybody find you?
Awesome. You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Juicifers. That's JUSIFERS. I post a lot of chaos and mayhem. So if you're interested in that, check it out. I do a podcast called Naruto Reviewto. Like I said earlier, that's at Naruto Reviewto. Check that out too if you're interested in.
Excellent. Rob, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at potentially Rob, and all the various things I do are kind of in the bio there, so it's the easiest way to find it.
Excellent. Steph?
You can find me at Starlit Firefly on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. And on the podcast, Welcome to St. Paxton, along with Fred.
Yep. And last but not least, put in the elf.
You can find me on the Greetings Adventurers podcast, which streams every Tuesday at around 8:44. Also on Dear Internet, which has I think legally a cure for depression. Naruto Reviewto, which is really heating up. We got past the filler and we're in the real shit, as the kids say. Bounty Buddies and Mandalorian just finished, so we recorded our hot finale thoughts last night of the amazing finale. And then Happy Happy Hell Hour every Tuesday at 2 p.m. The final episode is this upcoming Tuesday. In January, we're switching to Thursdays at 2 p.m. So at Eastern. So if you're in some other time zone, you can't normally make a Geekly stream, that's a great time for you to be there.
All
and you
right,
follow me on
well,
Twitter at Tim Lanning if you want to find like when I stream or do something else.
Everybody already follows you, Tim. We all know.
If we
You're
take
being
every,
followed.
I know how many. Okay, I have some data to prove this.
All right, John, take us away.